It's going fellas, and welcome back to Rebel Rescue with me, FoggyPlays on FM22. Today we're taking on pretty much the best team in Ireland in Dundalk. Although they're not having the best of seasons again this year, they're still technically the best team, well, the most successful team in Ireland. And we're going to be taking on our local rivals, Waterford, in both games in the league, because the League Cup game that came up is against Galway. And I don't think anybody really wants to see us play against a first division side in Galway. We're also taking on Cove Ramblers in the Munster Senior Cup, so we could have the same final that we had last year, which kind of surprised that Waterford haven't been able to make it to the final, but I'm not going to worry too much about it. But if you do want to enjoy this episode, do make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Now let's get into the verdict. So fellas, as you can see, since you were here last, form has been, I would say, much better than expected, but at the same time, disappointing, because we did lose that game against Bowes. To be fair, they did win the league last year, and they have Ryan Cassidy as one of their strikers, so it feels just a smidge like they're cheating. We did have a fairly easy game in the Munster Senior Cup quarter-final against UCC, so I played a massively rotated side, and won 4-1. Other than that, things have been going quite well. Shamrock Rovers was a strange one, because Nordstrom got himself sent off almost instantly. He was on the pitch 7 minutes or so, discussing two-footed lunge from behind. That wasn't ideal. So I did say in the media that he wasn't going to play for a while, and he hasn't played since. And then against Drogheda, they actually took the lead, and I was like, okay, so shit talking them probably wasn't the best idea, but Ali Gilchrist had other ideas, scoring himself a hat-trick. Gleeson scored himself his first goal, and Barry Coffey also getting on the score sheet. We also gave Roy Quigley his debut in that game. But Dundalk is a team I would think that we're probably capable of beating. It's currently sitting 5th, but as you can see, Shamrock Rovers 7 games in only have the 1 draw so far. Not ideal for them. Our centre back is the joint 2nd top goal scorer, which did not see that happening, because last year he didn't score a huge amount of goals last year, if I remember correctly. He's already scored 6 in 7 so far this year, all from set pieces. I don't think the dude has scored from an actual play. He's never scored more than 3 goals in a season. He's already scored 6. I think it's fair to say he's having a very good time. So yeah, as I said, we've actually done some transfers as well, by the way. Oh, look at us. We signed our first Ukrainian, Horyanov, who's a central midfielder, played in the game against UCC. I think it was the day after he arrived. So he got a cup game, played pretty decently, and the Georgian Kabuliani, first time. He has joined recently enough as well. He's already played his first game. He came off the bench, I think, in the game against Drogheda. Didn't have a huge amount of input into the game, but he is from a club that we managed in an FM of years gone by. Marani Tbilisi. We took him to Europe and then we left before they actually got their chance in Europe. But we do have a couple of injury concerns for today's game. Marion Prinz and Corcoran are both, well, Corcoran's fully injured. Prinz is just back from an injury, so Harrington is going to start today. Kevin O'Connor is just coming back from an injury, so he's unable to play for 75 minutes. So we're actually going to play Woodthorpe in the left back position, and Gleeson is suspended, which is not ideal, but that's fine. So we're going to submit the team. Nordstrom, I should probably tell you, Nordstrom is back in for today's game as well. First time he's getting to play in a bit of time. McGlade is also starting because Farnberger has been, he's been grand, not exceptional. He's made very little of the opportunities we've given him, I think. That's what I'm saying. He's been involved, but he's not wowed me. So I'm just going to give Dylan another chance. I think he's only had a handful of appearances so far this year. Anyway, I think this is his, I want to say, 5th start. Looks like Shamrock Rovers have taken the lead against St. Pat's, which is actually most of the league is a derby. That was a pretty decent free kick by Keith Ward. Harrington never really looked like he was going to get there, which is not ideal. But we're going to give the lads a bit of encouragement, try and get them to get themselves going. Sligo have taken the lead against Drogheda. Shamrock are 2 up against St. Pat's now. We're not really doing an awful lot. We do have the ball in their half though. Sorbelli finds Norstrand. Sorbelli, Walker. Sorbelli, Walker. Can he get the ball across? Oh, he cuts back. Oh, Luke Keane. What a way to score your first goal. Get in. The young centre back Ryan Coleman scored his first goal for us against Shamrock Rovers, I think it was. But I'm still exceptionally surprised with how poorly Shamrock Rovers have started the season, because you would expect them to do a lot better than they are. And I thought that was going to be offside, so I kind of just talked over it. Dylan McGlade with the free kick. Luke Keane almost put it in the back of the net, but the corner, you don't see that very often. The goalkeeper actually managed to hold on to a corner. Oh, Keane's won the ball and then gets pushed off it. I think. Was he pushed? Well, the player's getting sent off anyway. 41 minutes in. Dundalk are down to 10, but their goalkeeper is having an absolute worldly of a game. Ali Gilchrist, it doesn't matter where you kick the ball, he will put it in the back of the net, because he is really good at corners for some reason. 14 jumping reach, 13 heading. Nothing special. It's not amazing. It's not like It's not like he's got 20 jumping reach and 20 heading. The cross is easily kept by the goalkeeper. Hoofs it to absolutely nobody. Jonas Hakkinen had to go all the way across to pick up the ball. I do love Jonas Hakkinen. Cian Murphy had no way of doing anything, so the ball ends up with their goalkeeper. Norstrand somehow gets the ball out to Keane, whips it across on his weaker foot. Ball gets cleared. Woolthorpe finds Cian Murphy. He's put it over. I have had words with Cian Murphy. You look at his goal scoring record at the minute, and you'd be like, you can't really give out to him. The dude has scored more than he's played, but he hasn't scored in like 4 games. So I had words with him. I was like, you need to start scoring a bit more. So he said he will. I trust him. You know, he's a man of his word. He didn't let us down at all last year. But I'm just hoping that he actually gets involved this year. Or more again. Murphy, speaking to Devil, Cian Murphy, 9th of the season. Dylan McGlade with the assist. I'm thinking, I've been looking at halftime, I had a quick little sconce at their average ratings. Rory Keating has not been involved in the game so far. Watch him get a goal here now, or sent off. Gordon Walker's slapped the underside of the crossbar. I'm thinking of moving McGlade over to play on the wing, bring on Furberger, and putting him into the middle, and just have just give Keating a rest. Walker really does want to score today, doesn't he? So we are going to make that change. McGlade's going to go on to the left. Furberger's going to go on for Keating. Norstrand can come off for Bolger. Swap those who actually want to be a boxed box. You want to be a ball winning midfielder, but not put you on defend. We'll leave our final substitution for a little bit later in the game to see if anyone needs to come off, because looking at health wise, Gilchrist probably wants to come off. Bolger has the ball, pushed away by the goalkeeper. Murphy picks it up, finds Farberger. Their goalkeeper is having quite the game. Shepherd is playing very well indeed. The headed clearance wasn't very good. O'Kane gets the ball back to Boyle. McMillan finds Adams. Woodthorpe is there to clean up that. McGlade runs a bit wide. Sorelli finds Bolger. Murphy. Farberger puts Murphy through. Cian Murphy makes it 4-1. get in. And because I don't want to risk Gilchrist, he can come off for Ryan Coleman. Confirm that substitution. Let's egg you. Hawkins, to be fair to him, the poor dude, brought him in to be a regular starter. Doesn't get much first team football. I didn't expect Gilchrist to continue his exploits as brilliantly as he has so far this year. Because to be fair, he was a first choice player last year, but he wasn't like first choice. For the start of the season, himself and Coleman probably were the two that were duking it out for who's going to be the number one or the best centre back. But yeah, Hackney came along and just absolutely slapped everyone. We have conceded a late consolation. That's fine. We conceded early. Harrington didn't have the best of games, but that'll do, lads. That'll do. I also got to give Kevin O'Connor just a little bit more of a rest, which, of course, he deserves and is in fairly deep need of. Deep need? He doesn't get a huge amount of opportunities to take a rest, but we are second in the league now because Buzz did just beat Derry. George Nunn for Derry is actually on loan from Chelsea, which is astounding. So a point behind. We're starting to cut adrift everyone else, which I will definitely take. So we'll be back in just a second for the game against Waterford. It's only 7 days away, and this save runs very quickly, which is quite nice after the Journeyman, which was just a very, very long slog. Right, fellas, so now it's time for us to take on 8th placed Waterford in our local rivalry. I suppose in the top division, it is the most local of clubs. So we're going to go into this one. We are, as I said, pretty good. We're doing pretty good. So really is actually fit enough to play, but I'm going to let him sit this one out. Corcoran's still injured. Keating is suspended. O'Connor seems to have actually gotten worse from his injury, having been able to play 75 minutes. Left him on the bench, and it just hasn't really gotten any better. Prince still not fully fit, but doesn't need a fitness test, so that is fine. So changes for this one. Prince starts in goal. Bolger and Glusen start in central midfield. Farnberger starts as the attack midfielder, and McGlade moves out to the left. So we're going to go into this one expecting to win, because it is a game we should be winning at a canter, but it is FM. So just because you're expected to do well doesn't necessarily mean you're actually going to do that well. Waterford only have a -3, but they've only won one game so far this year, so they probably will get that victory against us. It was like when we played Shamrock Rovers, they had 1 point. I think they had 1 point at that stage. They might have still had none. And I was sitting there going, we're going to lose this game. And Brian Murphy manages to just keep a hold of it after keeping it out. Big punt forward, and almost got it into one of their, I'm going to say white players, because they're playing one up front. Yeah, they are. So that was a pretty decent effort by them. Brian Murphy, might I add, player we had on trial last season. I think he's 38 now. Yeah, that is how ages work. He is 38 years old. Not much has happened in this first half. It's been all Waterford. We have managed to clear their corner. And it was a Shane Griffin with a shot from outside the area. Ends with nothing. There's been one shot on target so far in this first half. I'm going to go attacking. Gilchrist has picked up booking, as has Walker. That's pretty much everything that's happened so far. That is not ideal. I'm going to tell the lads that I am far from happy. Farnberger really isn't having a great time. I'm going to play him as an advanced playmaker because he's kind of okay at that. Other than that, there isn't, like... everyone's just being a bit meh so far. To be fair, Farnberger has been the worst of the players. So we're just going to shout encouragement at the lads. Keane is the tiredest, and we don't actually have a winger on the bench, but he did win the ball, but got dispossessed, and now O'Halloran is true, but he's got not a huge amount of players with him, and somehow Waterford have taken the lead. We're going to demand more from the players. This is, like I said, this is such an FM thing to happen. McGlade with the corner doesn't even get past the first Waterford defender, and now Walker's got himself sent off. When it rains, it pours, my friends. When it rains, it pours. I'm going to bring Norstrand on to play on the right instead of Farnberger, who's going to come off because of because of the fact that Walker got sent off, and we are not playing at all well. O'Halloran just walks past the challenge from, I'm going to say that was Bolger, trying to be a ball win midfielder, but not actually doing an awful lot to win the ball. We're going to bring Caragbo on for Bolger, put Norstrand into midfield. We're going to put Gleeson over there. Norstrand can be a Mazzella. McGlade can jump into the middle and be the advanced playmaker. And Luke Keane is going to come off. I'm going to show you how good our Georgian friend is at football. Go. That's all our substitutions made. We're down to 10 men. 1-0 down. This is, and we've, again, Waterford have more highlights. We're still playing on attacking. Might actually change the instructions just a little bit. To just have the defence go a little bit further forward. Push just a little bit higher up. Just max push everywhere. And thankfully Patterson puts that one wide. Prince not having the best of games today. Gluson's not having a great game. Really, nobody's having a great. Gilchrist is having an alright game. Hackenden's gotten O'Halloran wide. Wins the ball back. Finds Murphy. Puts it through our Georgian player. Just, Murphy. Withorpe. If Withorpe had gotten a hold of that ball a bit quicker, could have done something with it. Our Georgian player gets it across. Cian Murphy draws the two teams level. And Kabuliani with the assist in one of his first touches, I want to say. I'm very disappointed in Walker getting sent off, especially such a silly tackle. At this stage, I would take a draw. We're still attacking because, I say I want to draw. I'll take a win. Murphy couldn't get past Murphy. We're going to go back to positive. Although it could be too late. No. Subawale has headed just over. And now we have, I'm guessing McGlade. McGlade steps up for the free kick. It's not going to go in. Nope. You can always tell because it wasn't behind the player when the free kick was taken. Glueson finds Cian Murphy. Shane Griffin cleans it up. But Hackenden's, I'm surprised they haven't put any more men forward with the fact that they've got the man advantage. And it's 1-1. They really should be winning this game. But like I said, I'll take a draw. It does mean we lose a little bit of ground to Bowes. But a draw is better than a defeat. Oh my, how did Green miss that? If I was the manager, I would be fuming at him for missing that. Hackenden, beautiful tackle. Cian Murphy. Cavaliani with the goal. Oh, tactical genius. Oh, get in. That's it. We won the game. We managed to come from a goal down, then down to 10 men. We've taken 3 points away from Waterford. Nice work, lads. Well done. Whereas, actually, I'll have words with him afterwards. I'll be like, you naughty boy. Can't believe he got sent off for such a stupid tackle. Yeah, I to be fair, I think in the press conference I would be like, we were a little bit lucky to win that one. League wise, it does have us sitting second. We have a game in hand, and we're only 2 points behind. So it's all looking pretty good. Shamrock Rovers won another game. This time against Sligo. Not going great for them. Waterford. Didn't they just... Was it Waterford? No. It wasn't Waterford that survived to playoff last year. Drogheda survived last year. Longford are the ones that got relegated. Waterford are actually going to be playing in Europe this year. I'm not sure how many places are going to go to European clubs or how many European places there are, because there isn't anything like here that says, so I'm just kind of going off what happened last year. We'll see what happens. But the next episode will potentially be the Munster Senior Cup final. And we played Bows twice, really close. Well, not really close, but like a month apart. But only 4 games in the difference. So we'll probably try and come back for the Munster Senior Cup final and whoever is an interesting game around it. Maybe Drogheda. The final should be sometime in June. Yeah, the 8th of June, roughly. Which would mean we'd be playing them with Dundalk. I don't really want to show Dundalk again, so I might do Drogheda, and that's assuming we get to the final. But it is Cove Ramblers, who are having a terrible season again. Wexford had no wins, but they've beaten Athlone Town. Athlone Town, interestingly, 5th in the league, so they're doing pretty well for themselves. Colin Whelan has continued at UCD, but Shelbourne are probably going to be the ones in the top division with us next season. So, with all of that being said, if you have enjoyed this one, do make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. The names for the youth intake players are still available. So far, at the time of recording this, only one has been taken. It is... Where is he? Where's he gone? Richie Logbottom, which my fiancée took. Even though she knows that there's players that are in the first team that she could have picked. She wanted that guy because he had a double barrel name. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, fellas, and I'll catch you in the next one.